Right, hi guys. So out with my sister actually and her horsey friends out riding on Canberra Sands, but sunset and a very dull overcast day. Challenging situation, but have a look, see what we got up to. So if you go into the water a little bit and give it a splashy splashy,
Yeah, we'll come back.
go that way, go round and head that way, because that's the shit background, that's got nothing.
And then come back.
Yeah, do it. You might have to do it a few times. You don't have to. I mean, you don't have to go round, trot, and then let welly it. This horse is a bit crazy. The white one. Gonna go to that bit there, so that's it's flat.
Should we go into the water then get pictures? Yeah?
I'll head in over there.
Put it up on the edge and you can go past it.
That'd be quite cool. Be quite cool if I could get a copy of some of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, mate. Yeah,
But yeah, only a little, a little bit here or there.
yeah, just so you got something for your video.
If you're on Instagram, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got Instagram. Yeah,
So if you go sjm.photos on Instagram.
yeah, I've already followed you.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
I just found it. This one.
So as you can see here, animal eye autofocus working nicely. Shooting at f1.8, and the dog bounding around all over the place, so that worked quite nicely. Loads of other dogs on the beach as well, but we had a couple with us. Obviously, this one wasn't actually, but it's kind of cute. Yeah. Hello. Best thing I love about the 135mm GMaster is how fast it focuses. It's absolutely stupid. Even on the A7R4, which hasn't got the fastest autofocus system, but is still very, very good. That'd be quite cool, yeah. Just say aim for the stick, just tell them that.
Yeah.
As you can see there, guy Jack who was there, actually I know his dad and I've known him for many years and didn't really realise. He'd actually got the GoPro 360, the newer one, with him, so we obviously just messed around with that a little bit, which is kind of cool. So I got some good footage.
That's better.
As you can see here,
Yeah,
me
much better.
using the pivot head sunglasses, which have got a camera in the middle of them, which give you kind of a view of what I'm kind of looking at, which is kind of cool. But me swapping targets actually became probably the best route of doing this, because there's so many horses there. They're running in pairs, so I literally just swapped left, right, left, right, left, right, doing a short burst of each horse to get the photos. Some with my sister on the left there. We had a couple of like paired up horses, which worked quite nicely, but then obviously horses running past on their own. But like I say, the light was a challenge. The sun was literally on the horizon by now, so having to shoot wide open is not an issue, because at the end of the day you want that blurred background to really make these a subject, especially when you've got people in the background walking their dogs and things like that. Yes, I could have removed them in Photoshop, but I like to keep things relatively realistic. But you can really see how sharp the horses are and the rider, and it really just makes them the subject, makes them punch. Unfortunately the sky, no definition, just flat cloud. Like I say, the sun was going down as well, so the light was actually going very quickly. Being winter, we only really get the sun till probably 3 o'clock before it starts to go down, and it's getting shorter and shorter all the time. So, I mean, shooting f1.8, I was still getting 800th of a second to 1,000th of a second shutter speeds, which wasn't really an issue. It's just that sky just looked dull and boring. The light was very flat, but that's another benefit of having that fast lens, where you can actually really pull your subject out of the image to really give it some punch. This is where it's starting to, I mean, these shots aren't in order necessarily, but this is where the lack of light, you can see it's quite a dark image. Still worked very well, not an issue whatsoever, but as you can see, you know, it just wasn't. Some sunshine would have been lovely, but unfortunately you can't have everything. This situation can't really use off-camera flash very easily. Maybe with one horse, you could probably set some shots up, but with 7 or 8 running around, it was more likely to get knocked over or something, or the horses might have freaked out. I don't know. Plus, you've only got that one hit wonder of, you put the flash somewhere as they run past. It's kind of, you only get a couple of shots. So, utilising a very fast lens, and I actually decided some black and white shots might work quite nicely, because it doesn't really matter about the sky definition, the detail, and everything like that. As you can see, Canberra Sound still looks pretty cool, even in black and white, and it kind of gives it a timeless look to the images as well. So that kind of works, and also it makes everyone's sort of clothing the same colour or tone, where some are obviously wearing different colours and different styles and things. So really brings out everything. Some of these shots, well, most of these shots actually, to be honest, I shot at 26 megapixels, so I was cropped in a little bit, and then I did back it out so I could actually shoot full 60 megapixels. But having it at 26 megapixels actually helps you, because it gives you a bigger buffer. So that means you can do more of a burst rate, especially when I had horse after horse after horse after horse coming past me, and I can only really do at 60 megapixels sort of 58 shots, I think it is. So I was kind of running out of buffer quite quickly, so I was having to do short bursts where it would have been quite nice to actually just follow them right through. I didn't have the RX10 Mark IV with me, just because smaller sensor. Yes, it's a faster lens, f4 at 600mm. The professional A7R4 camera is just better at the end of the day. Yeah, it can't do quite as many frames per second, as in, but didn't miss a beat, and that fast lens really did help me get faster shutter speeds, lower ISO, and also nice blurred background. So it really worked. So as you can see, it's just a real shame, the lack of blue sky as such. I mean, this one here I've tweaked the white balance a little bit to add a little bit of blues back into the water, but it was just grey. It was just not sunny, no light at all, sun going down behind the thick cloud, a little bit misty as well. So that's kind of English winter for you. Unless English winter's a funny one. It's either damp, miserable and dull, or beautiful, freezing cold and blue skies. It's kind of either or. I love the blue skies, crisp morning sun. Absolutely love it. But like I say, we can't pick and choose, sadly. We ended up actually shooting the other way as well. So because the water was there, like I said, the background wasn't brilliant, but that line of water there was nice and shallow, and it allowed them to come belting through it safely. Seagulls everywhere, but it was hilarious. So as they went sort of through the water, all the seagulls obviously just landed, I'd imagine going for shellfish or something, because a couple of them had some kind of shellfish in their beaks. One far right actually had. So they flew away in shot. So it adds a bit of action, especially this one here. And these aren't Photoshop; they're literally as are. A little bit of tweak on the brightness and clarity and things like that, and levels. Other than that, there's no like airbrushing or anything. Like a bit like this seagull here, almost hit her, really close. I don't know if she's wearing a GoPro actually. It'd be quite interesting to see that footage. But like I say, guys, it doesn't mean because the weather's a bit crap, this, that and the other, it doesn't mean you can't shoot. If you've got a fast lens, so it could be a 50mm f1.4, 35mm f1.4, if you do have a 135 f1.8 or something like that, or even a real fast sports lens like a 400 f2.8 or something, it really still allows you to get the shots. And same for the RX10 Mark IV. I could have got the shots with that camera, but that downside on that camera is you can't zoom in and out while you're holding your finger down. So I shot prime. For me, that it just worked better. It was a bit of a better situation. So in the last shot here, and I'd seen 5 or 6 people that day go in the sea, swim in, whatever. This lady here went in the sea. Don't know why. It's not cold. It's not cold at all this time of year. And Canberra's very shallow. It's like a metre deep for about half a mile out. So it keeps its temperature through December. I tilted this 45 degrees to get an interesting angle because it's almost thirds. So you've got obviously the darker triangle at the bottom left, and then you've got a stripe of the sea, and then you've also got the white of the sky and her in the middle. It's kind of, I thought it worked quite nicely. So guys, that was just a quick look at kind of shooting in rubbish light, really. If you can use flash, it's an amazing thing to have. Like I say, situation of this, they were running about a mile away, the horses, and then coming back, and then from a couple of 100 meters away running through the water. There's no way you could have an off-camera flash really, unless you set up that one single shot in a particular space with the flash guns and everything waterproof, so they weren't going to, if they did get knocked over or if they got splashed, they're not going to get damaged or anything like that. And you've only got that kind of small window opportunity to get them lit nicely. So yeah, utilizing a fast lens and being able to sort of make the most of that, like I say, bringing the background away, or the subject, pop the subject out of the shot and softening off that background using a 135 f1.8 really worked for me anyway. So if you've done anything like this before, let us know. Just like I say, unfortunately we can't control the weather. So anyway guys, don't forget to click the subscribe button, the little notification bell as well. Don't forget to click my join my Instagram, follow me on Instagram, and also yeah, keep watching. I shall see you soon.